we broke 2 needles, and I wanted to give up.
Hello, my cute little pups. It's Wolfie, and today I'm going to be making the jacket for Breadhead from Glitchworks Productions. That's a mouthful. Gaslight District. I'm almost done with the head. Will there be a video for that? Sadly, no, because something happened to the files for that, and yeah. But I'm going to be making the jacket for that. I found a leather jacket at the store, and hopefully that won't be too bad. I have a month to make myself, to complete this cosplay for myself, and then I'm making my friend Mel. And I don't even have his measurements yet. And I'm making him a wig. That's gonna be next video. But ooh wee, is this going to be a time. This fabric was like $20, so I better put it to good use. The sad thing is, when I got home, I realized the jacket's cropped. But this is the leather I got. I got 2 meters. It's very long. And as you can see, I already cut one piece, but that was to see if I started to get measurements
Yes,
correct.
hi, hello, you stupid little dum-dum. No, you did not, but we'll get into that later.
One sleeve. Not sewn, just pinned. One sleeve. Sadly, when I was making this, I couldn't find any leather that didn't have this felt fuzziness on the other side, which I'm slightly sad about because that'll make it a lot thicker, which will also make it hotter. Leather and warm felt is not a good combo. But with all said and done, we're going to move on to sewing.
Now for this part right here, I am just going to be hemming one of the cuffs of the sleeves that I made. And as I was filming, I didn't realize that the sleeve itself was starting to cover the camera. But after I finished, I tie off the strings, cut everything, and then I have a sleeve cuff. This right here is me cutting one of the chest pieces for the jacket. And it's all just cutting, so there's not much to actually see here. So I'll just let it play out. Okay, this actually makes me sad because I did not think it was getting the sewing machine, so I moved it to a worse place, but that spot was actually so good. And then it gets covered up by the camera in the end. This right here is the collar for the jacket. Now, if you haven't already noticed, most of this video is going to be time lapses with voiceover over top of them, because at some point during this fiasco, I got sick. And also I started getting into the zone, and while being sick, I didn't really want to be on camera, and there was a bunch of family walking around. So yeah, a lot of these were filmed during the morning time for me. Oh, how I wish I was still at this part of the project. But this is me with the vest all done and finished. Everything took me a minute to get everything settled and pinned in place, but when I got the collar sewn on, I had to gently go in with my flat iron to flatten it straight so it could actually fold back, while trying not to melt off or melt any part of the leather, but especially to not melt off the dots in the leather. This project was absolutely giving me a hard time. 2 needles broke, one specifically for thicker fabrics. When one of them broke, it hit my eyebrow, almost hitting my eye. This project did not want to work at all. Taking a small break from that though, I got one sleeve on, and it's a little bit baggy, but I kinda like it. I hemmed the bottom and so it looks cleaner, and now I just need the other sleeve and a zipper. Now, with the knowledge of 2 needles breaking, the first one almost hitting my eye and the second one literally made for thicker fabrics like leather, I was a bit wary as I was sewing in, because for a lot of the more tight-knit and or closer sewing, for it to be closer to the edge for some of them, and because it was all getting so much more bulkier, I literally had my forehead pressed against my sewing machine as I was sewing to be able to fully see and get everything through the threads. So I was a bit more than nervous here. This zipper just barely ended up being the actual size that I needed it to be, maybe 2 inches short, but it worked pretty fine. Now with this, everything was all perfectly fine until I am okay. It did not break, nothing broke, nothing happened. It's just the string was getting caught and I am okay. That being said, you must take caution with things like this because you can get hurt, and I really should be wearing some little safety glasses. But am I? No. Do what I say, not as I do. But the part that I am making right here is the zipper. I am adding in the zipper. I had to roll a previous zipper because that started to unravel and unwind, and I had to go get that new zipper that you saw a moment ago.
Now, this is the first time I sewed up the zipper, and it ended up being backwards. So I had to rip it out and re-sew it back in. As you can see, I ended up going by hand the second time to make sure everything was a lot more accurate. Plus, it was kind of hard to get everything through my sewing machine. Without any further ado, I do want to say a few things as I'm getting this jacket on. Now, I realized that during this, the auditions, now I do want to say that as I was halfway done, I did realize that applications for people in the cosplay competition filled up. I did it too late. I tried to enter way too late, and sadly, I had to pay the price. I am extremely devastated over this, but I don't even know. I am extremely devastated, and the reason I had waited so long before applying was because so much of the website said coming soon, including a bunch of the cosplay things. Right? There was no schedule yet. There was no planning schedule yet. There was no things exactly timed or anything like that, even with a month left. But I took way too long to enter the competition, and so now I have to pay for that and not be able to go. Will that deter me for continuing and finishing my friend's cosplay of Mel? No. Because I said I would do this, and I still need the practice of sewing, and it's still good. And also, I am still extremely proud of how this jacket came out. I'm still going to wear it to the convention, but I just will not be able to enter in the competition. Once again, I am sad about that, but there's nothing I can do about that now. But without further ado, the jacket! Is it perfect? No. No, it's not. This is my first time making a jacket. It's hot. But I had a lot of problems making this jacket. Technically, it's short. I don't even know if you can see it, but like my stomach is hanging out, you know. But the zipper actually works. The zipper is fixed. It's lined and everything like that. Technically, I still need to finish 2 things, but I do like how it looks. Plus, I finished it today, adding in the eyes and some teeth, but at some point I ended up losing one of his eyes. So now I need to either find that or just straight up remake his eye. I don't even know if he can hear me. Technically, I can't see anything. I can just see enough through the eyes and the mouth. Most likely when I'm at the convention, I'm going to be wearing it like this so I can actually see things better. But this is the cosplay and the video. Most likely, for y'all, this is going to be probably about a month, but I am going to start making them tomorrow. Whew. Cannot wait for that. I have to do a wig. I have to do the full body. Wish me luck. I am going to meet it. And I'll see you all next time. Hopefully you all can like and subscribe.